Hello, entrepreneurs. Joe DeChara here with Joe DeChara Presents How to Win at Business, and brought to you by my favorite sponsor in the world, Bedrock University. Good evening, entrepreneurs and people that want to be entrepreneurs and people that are crazy enough to be in business. And if you are, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And tonight, this is getting simple for me. This is getting simple for me, folks. And if you don't know who I am, my name, like I said, is Joe DeChara, and I am a CPA, serial entrepreneur, and I just love talking about business, how to succeed in business, how to get organized in business. And that's really my superpower, folks. If I have one superpower, it's getting businesses organized. And it's not only about the books and records, it's about organizing everything, the processes, the funnels, the entire system. A business is sort of like a living organism, and it's got all kinds of moving parts. And if you don't feed one of them, it'll shrivel up and die on you. Okay. And, it's like your body. If you don't get blood circulation to your arm, eventually, it's going to fall off. And that's what happens with businesses because there's too much stuff all going on at the same time. They're all a top priority. And how the hell is anybody going to do it on their own? How? It's virtually impossible. So now let me just do a little bit of housekeeping here. If you want to connect with me, all you got to do is go to Time with Joe. And just to be honest with you, I'm not just doing this because I like doing this. I want to connect with people. I want to connect with you if you're looking for a go-to person to help you with all of those stupid little nuances that hold, the letters from the IRS, the bank recs, what do I do next? What did I do to cause this? We all need somebody to bounce things off of, explain to us. I have a business coach. I have a world-class business coach. I participate in mastermind groups. And this is how I stay organized. I failed many times in business, more times than I like to remember or admit. And the reasons why I failed were the same reasons why everyone else failed. Because I didn't have all of the components in the right sequence. So it's like if you ever built a model, or if you even dressing a Barbie doll, whatever you did as a kid, there's a sequence to it. There's a sequence to it. You don't put your pants on first and then put your underwear on. Okay, it doesn't work like that. And the big mistake people make is not understanding that there are fundamental, basic parts of every single business. I don't care if it's Apple Computer or you're a person with a side gig. I mean, there are a couple little nuances, but Apple Computer, let's go back to when they started in the garage. They needed the sequence. Okay, they didn't have sales. They didn't have a bookkeeping department. They weren't incorporated. But eventually, and if you watch any of the Steve Jobs movie, the guy that drives up with the Corvette, he was the money guy. He helped them put everything together. See, that's me. I'm the guy with the Corvette. That was that third guy. It's just the guy with the okay. This is what we do. First, we got to do this. Then we got to do this. And then everything else happens. And then at the end, Steve Jobs dies of cancer. It was sad, but that was the sequence. And Apple Computer today is still going strong. I wish that I bought their stock when my friend told me to. Anyway, so let's get to the presentation tonight because, and like, I keep enjoying this more and more. When I look at this graphic, I'm like, this is a terrible graphic. But the message is exactly what I wanted to say tonight. But I have issues with it, and I'll tell you why. So this came from my friend Confucius, who said, life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. That's all wrong, folks. I'm sorry. Because life is not simple. I can prove it to you. All you got to do is go back to some of my other quotes with that guy from M, the guy with the initial as a first name, M. Period Scott Peck, and he's MD, M. Period Scott Peck, where he says, "Life is tough. Get over it." Once you get over it, then you can start enjoying life. So I'm sorry, Mr. Confucius, but I think you got this wrong. It should say, life is really complicated, but we insist on making it even more complicated. And then as an entrepreneur, I have to look at it's complicated, and then we make it more complicated. And then if you're an entrepreneur, you start a freaking business and you make it even worse. What's wrong with us? I don't know. But we do this. We'll continue to do it, and it's that's Mr. Confucius. So tonight's business training is we're going to talk about Waveapps again, because in all that confusion and complication, Waveapps was like the answer to my dream, folks. If there's a dream that you could have about bookkeeping, Waveapps is my dream come true. And these are strategies, obviously, that help you win at business. What do I mean by win? In a nutshell, it means at the end of the day, you got more money in your bank account than what you started out with. It's pretty simple. And that's going to be my middle name, folks. Joe, I make it simple, DiChiara. I'm gonna see if I could have that legally changed on my birth certificate. Hello, Jennifer. How are you? Thank you for joining us. If you're watching live, give me a hashtag live. And if you're watching the replay, give me a hashtag replay. And the reason for that there is a reason for that. And I found out that it's because when you do that, my ratings somehow go up as a viable Facebook show, I guess. So let's get into the program again, because what I'm finding out, folks, is that there are just so many features, and they keep adding stuff, and it's so I want to get you caught up to speed, and show you some, the stuff that you could do in this program for free. And so okay, so this is not the right account. Yes, it is. Bedrock Sample. Okay. We are in my Bedrock Sample company. The bank account is a real account. It's an account that I've been using just to pay bills in there. There's no confidential information, so I don't have a problem sharing it with you. And right here, what you see is the dashboard. And I've gone through this a couple of times. But what I want to show you tonight is over here a couple of things. And we're going to do this right now. Under purchases, there's an item called receipts. And you can see I already have some in there, but I want to show you how this works now, because this is unbelievable, and I hope that it goes through as quickly as I want it to. So let's see, here's a bill from Send Now Card. So these are real bills that I received that now I want to save them. And I want them attached to whatever category. And, you know, there's a lot of different ways to do this. I have I have my own system for doing this. And it's a more robust system. It has to do with saving folders and receipts in a Google Drive with all the different folders and everything. But this was designed more for the solopreneur, the people that have maybe 5, 10, even 20 bills a month, where you can easily upload them and organize them here. And this is a powerful feature. You're talking about a program that's free. QuickBooks had been trying to do this for years, and it was just a whole nother conglomeration where, like Confucius said, they made it complicated. And Waveapps is making it simple again. So right now you can see that this is processing. So we're going to come back and I'm going to show you, because what happens is amazing. Now, what I'd like to do is go back to the beginning with every bookkeeping software, and that's your chart of accounts. And your chart of accounts is really like the spine, the backbone of your accounting business, not of your bookkeeping system. And you need to have the right accounts. So the way Waveapps has this set up is a little different than any of the other programs that I've seen. Because what they do is, normally you have all of the accounts in one column. And you would just see all of them, and they would be organized: assets first, liabilities, income, expense, equity. They just happen to have different sections for all of these sections. So assets first, obviously, you know, if you have petty cash, I have a PayPal account where transactions are going through, and we treat a PayPal account just like another bank account, because there are transactions going through and they all have to be categorized. Then we have my bank account, and there are no other real assets in this business. Like I said, this is a demo business. Then we have our liabilities and credit cards. And, you know, another great thing about Waveapps is that you could link your credit card and it'll import all of the transactions. You know, the thing that I love most about Waveapps is that it is automatically bringing in your transactions. There is no upload. It's you go into your account, and I'll show you it again, and those transactions are uploaded every day, and it'll show you when it was uploaded last. So here we have all the liabilities, and they give you their standard liabilities. And we go into income. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. But what I saw yesterday, so I went into operating expenses because this is really the important part here when it comes to, categorizing stuff. And they didn't have all of these before. So they're definitely updating. They're updating their charts because what they're doing is they're asking their people what could be better, what would make the program better. I don't know if Intuit ever did that. I think that what QuickBooks did was they said, let's add something and figure out how to jam it down their throat so they'll buy it. Like their overpriced incorporation services or their merchant account or anything else that they're trying to sell you. I mean, they are trying to sell you everything. They're probably going to start selling life insurance soon. I don't know. But let's go through this. So we're going to add a new account because there are some that they don't have, like licenses and permits. So I'm going to show you how easy it is to add a new account here. And this is the same thing in QuickBooks and any account. You got to tell the program what kind of account this is. So this is going to be an operating expense, and it's going to be licenses and permits, which I am seeing more and more of because it's just another way for the government to siphon money off of small businesses. Like, they don't call it a tax, it's a license or a filing fee. So now we will go here, and lo and behold, we have licenses and permits. And that's your chart of accounts. And then you have your equity, and that's it. Now, the place that you can get, if you don't know what expenses or what accounts should be in your chart of accounts, you can go and look at your tax return because that's where they should be. Anything that's listed on your tax return needs to be on your chart of accounts. That's how it works because there's a direct correlation. Now, let's go back to the purchases. I'm going to see if this got processed yet. And it is ready. Look at that. A couple of seconds. Now, this is what I wanted to show you that is freaking amazing. They put in the merchant. They always get this right somehow. And they put the amount in. That is unbelievable technology. Now, I don't know many programs that can do this. And this one is free, if I didn't tell you that already. So now, they don't know what category or account it came from. So you could go over here and actually tell it, okay, what was this? So this is advertising, and we don't have advertising. We probably don't have marketing. So it's something that I'm going to have to add. So for right now, put it into uncategorized. And where are we paying this out of? We're going to pay this out of the TD bank account. And it's already there for $99, so we're going to post it. And there it is. So now if I wanted to go to my P&L, let's see, and I haven't done this yet. So I'm putting myself on the line here, folks. So let's go to the P&L, and I put that into uncategorized. Look at that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This kind of stuff really gets me excited. And that might be hard to believe. But here's the thing, folks. I learned, and this was the pivotal point in my business, that something that Zig Ziglar said that was absolutely right on. And that is the fact that you could get anything you want in life as long as you help other people get what they want. And in my 35 plus years of working with thousands of individuals, I've come to the conclusion that the real reason why so many businesses fail is because of a lack of organization. And it's because they don't have the guidance and direction. So if you have the guidance and direction, you're going to get organized. Because if you're being guided and directed by somebody that's not organized, you need to find somebody else. The whole idea of having a mastermind or a coach or an advisor is to help you do the things that you can't do or that you can't see, or tell you the things that you don't know, like what's really important, or did you know that at the end of the year you're going to have to pay this new tax or whatever. I have a client right now going through a situation where they got a big SBA loan and that they are at a crossroads with the business. They might sell. And so we're looking at the documents, and it turns out, well, if they transfer ownership, the loan comes due. Well, that defeated the whole purpose of this SBA disaster thing. But it's like, oh, we're going to give you this money to stay in business, and then if you don't want to be in business anymore, you got to pay us back right away. I mean, I'm kidding, but these are some of the things where people get in trouble with because they didn't think about it. It's as simple as that. And what Waveapps is doing is making it simple again. And that's why and how I've come up with this new special offer that I'm going to keep broadcasting. Because what this program has done is it's enabled me to help a lot more people at prices that are, forget about low. It's like when you see what the price is, you're going to say there must be a catch, but there isn't. And what I call this is the complete startup CFO services for startups. And I promised I was going to change that yesterday, and I didn't. But it's CFO services for startups and solopreneurs. So listen, if you have a business and you're interested in this, just go to Time with Joe and book a call with me. What a CFO will do, what I will do, is a complete business overview. I'm going to tell you the things that you don't know, you didn't know. We're going to set up your accounting system for you with Waveapps. And when I say an accounting system, it's not. So QuickBooks is not an accounting system. QuickBooks is an accounting program. It's a tool. And that's what people are using the wrong tool. You're going to get 24/7 access to me on any questions about business or your taxes. I will not answer questions about your relationships or your kids. I know nothing about those things. I'm still working on it. So if you have questions about that, don't go to Time with Joe. But if you want to know if you should incorporate, should you use Waveapps? How do you, whatever, if it's about business, you contact me. And we're going to keep your books in real time. And when I say real time, I'm talking about you're not going to be a day behind. You're not going to be a week behind. I have seen businesses years behind. literally. And if you're one of those people, if you haven't filed in years, that is one of my specialties. So I can get you caught up in your taxes. Basically, I got your back. Now, what is the price? And I'm not going to go through a whole long thing because it's only $47 a month, people. I normally charge 10 times this. I start at $500 a month with established business clients. This is different. If you're a solopreneur, a new business owner, I've designed this program specifically for you. Now, if you're an established company with 5, 10, 20 employees, the Waveapps is not going to work for you. You could call me, you can contact me, and I can tell you or see if I would be a good fit for you. But this is specifically for the smallest of small businesses. There is a $97 setup fee, and that's it. There's no catches. All you got to do is connect with me. CFO for startups, special offer, $47 a month. I mean, I might be able to lower the price a little. I'll probably be out of business then, but and you don't want me going out of business, especially if you got a deal like that. And I'm not just saying that. It's something that I have actually been trying to work on for 15 years, where I had this idea that I wanted to be the H&R Block of bookkeeping. And it had to do with the remote bookkeeping opportunities. And that just never panned out. I got plenty of business, plenty of big clients. That's not what I want. I want a lot of small clients. And if you know my story, that's just what kept happening. You know, I'm looking for the small client, and all of a sudden the gigantic client shows up. And stupid me takes them on, only to have the same result over and over again, which is the definition of insanity. I literally, I put my career on Post-its one day, on Post-its, hanging up on my bulletin board, and I mapped out every single situation, let's say, that I had with my business and clients, and like 6 or 7 times I got big clients, took them to where they wanted to go. You know, I did my job, only to butt heads with the owners. And so that's my story. I'm sticking with it. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? I'm still at 8 o'clock on Wednesday. So if you're putting me on your calendar, I'm 6 o'clock every day except Wednesdays, where I'm still at 8. I have no real explanation for that, other than that's the way it is, and it's probably not going to change. So if you want to see me at 6 on Wednesdays, it's not going to happen. Okay, sorry, folks. But like I said, you know, that's my story. I'm sticking with it. Joe DiChiara. Go to Time with Joe. Book a free chat with me. Register at Bedrock University. It's still free for students. And if you want to be a professor, contact me. I'm looking for new courses to put up. And that's it. So God bless. Have a good night. And I will see you at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you.